Okay, what I'm going to show you how to do with this one is how to work out the centre of mass when you've got more than one object and we're working in two dimensions. So we'll put a 4 kg object there. That'll be at 0, 0 will be its components. We'll put a, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we'll go to 4, 1, 2, 3. We'll put a 5 kg object at 4, 3, and I'll just write down it's 5 kgs, and we'll go 5, 6, and at 6, 2, we'll put a 6 kg object. Now, obviously we could work out the centre of mass between these two guys, and with the 5 kg being up there, it'd be somewhere about there. Then we could work out the centre of mass between our 9 kg object and our 6 kg object, and it's going to be somewhere about there. Alright? Now, that's just approximate, and it's a method we could use. But we can just treat this as two centre of mass equations, x equaling m1 x1 plus m2 x2 plus m3 x3 all over m1 plus m2 plus m3. Now that's for the x component. X for the y component will equal m1 y1 plus m2 y2 plus m3 y3 all over m1 plus m2 plus m3. So we actually put those numbers in. Let's do the x. We're going to have m1 is 4 times x1 is 0. So that little term equals 0. Mass 2 is 5 times the x component, which is 4. And mass 3 is 6 times the x component, which is 6. 6 times 6. All over 4 plus 5 plus 6. So all over 15. So we end up with 20 and 36. 56 over 15. Which, if we get our little calculator, we can work out 56 divided by 15, and we've got 3.7 after rounding. Now that's going to be our x component for our centre of mass. Is going to be equal to 3.7. Now we just need to find our y component. So let's plug the numbers in. We've got m1, 4 times 0, plus 5 times the y component, which is 3, plus 6 times the y component, which is 2. Same old numbers on the bottom, 4 and 5 and 6. So we end up with a component which is 12 and 15, or 27 divided by 15. Do that on our calculator, and we end up with 1.8. So our y component is 1.8. That's the component method for finding centre of mass. And what we've ended up getting is the components of this centre of mass, and the mass at that point would be 15 kgs at that point there. That's the component method. Now, just while we're on this little video here, remembering that if we've got two masses like this is just a quick way of doing it, and we've got a mass there. If that one's maybe 4 kgs, that one's 1 kg, then you can have 4 and 1 is 5, split this whole thing up into fifths, alright, and we're basically going to be 1/5 the way along there. So if that's 1/5, that's 4/5. That's the way that works. Alright.